Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. I have my sister here at Spirit Forest. If you guys don't know who my sister is, I do have a video and I will link it here so you guys can take a look at that. It gives a little bit of history of my sister, but I'll just kind of give you a quick overview. My sister is not a wilderness girl whatsoever. Is this the second time in your life you've camped? First time was a KOA?
No, I think the KOA was maybe my third time. But this is the first time I've actually camped in the middle of a forest.
Oh, okay. Where else did you camp?
Car camping.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, she's in the middle of a forest, and she's at Spirit Forest, and she brought her whole family with her, which has been a lot of fun. And so I would have to admit, and if you guys see my video before this, that I was a little nervous for my sister to be here. I was a little stressed because I didn't know if she's going to be warm enough. I didn't know if our kids were going to be more comfortable enough. And so we're just going to kind of like talk about my sister's experience of being a city girl and coming out to Spirit Forest and not that interested in camping. Like, no, yes, she's not that interested in camping. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. So come join us. So to get ready for my sister's visit, I had to borrow sleeping bags. I had to really prepare meals. There's 8 of us here total right now. And so it was a lot of planning ahead of time. And being that she's from California and she came into town, she really has no gear and she forgot a jacket.
I did forget a jacket. My entire family has jackets and I made sure we left the house without any, with jackets. And then I forgot my jacket on my couch.
Yeah. And my biggest fear for my sister was that she was going to be cold because I'm from California and I know that Colorado can be pretty cold at night. But we actually lucked out. So in regards to the temperature, I think we lucked out. She still thinks it was cold. But let's talk about your experience of coming into Spirit Forest. So for those that, my sister does watch some of my videos, and so let's get Lisa's take on what it's like to be at Spirit Forest.
Okay, well, Spirit Forest is beautiful. It took about 2.5 hours to get here with Friday traffic.
Yeah.
But the drive in was absolutely gorgeous. You're going through these canyons, you're going through these mountain areas with gorgeous trees on the mountains and on the ridges, and just coming in was absolutely beautiful. And oh, it was like being on vacation. And well, actually I am on vacation.
Yeah, they text me on their way up because they actually followed me up here, and they text me that it's beautiful.
It is. It is absolutely gorgeous here, and so green, unlike California,
which is on fire now.
Which is on fire.
Yeah.
But it is absolutely gorgeous up here, and it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. It's quiet. There's no smog from what we're used to. There's no smoke.
Yeah.
No ash in the air, but it is beautiful. It's quiet. There's lots of wildlife everywhere. Lots of squirrels. There's actually one right there.
Is there?
Last night we heard coyotes and owls, and it was absolutely breathtaking.
And it's peaceful. Like
it is peaceful.
It's quiet. So you watch the videos, again, you watch the videos, and she mentioned when she got here, she's like, oh my God, this looks nothing like our video.
No, this land that she is on is incredible. It does not look anything like her videos. And there are little areas throughout the entire Spirit Forest that she has set up for like different types of events. Like she has one sleeping area that is only dedicated to a particular type of sleeping area. Then she has another one that is for a different type of sleeping situation. And it is absolutely amazing. And then she has all these paths everywhere. And it is really cool. You did a lot of work on this place. And
I have. I've done a lot of work. If you watch my videos, you know I've done a lot of work on this land.
Right. And the videos do not even show how magnificent this land is.
That's
and
cool.
It is really cool.
I am really happy you like it. I'm really happy you like it. Because I know it's not really Lisa's thing, and so I was really nervous and pretty stressed, and I was like, what if she doesn't like it? What if she, it's just, it could be uncomfortable. There's bears in the area, there's mountain lions in the area, you know, and yeah, we're in a suburb and all, but it can still be, it can be kind of scary at night, you know, when it's pitch black, but I think everything turned out pretty well.
And my daughter, my oldest daughter, she actually had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So she came, she did her little headlight, went into the bathroom, came back, and she's like, there are so many stars.
Yeah.
And in California, we do not see stars. We may see some really bright ones. We can see, you know, Orion's Belt and everything. But
well, where you're living, yeah, where you're living, because you're in the city area of California.
but coming out
so.
here and seeing the stars, she's like, Mom, I've never seen so many stars in my life.
It is really pretty at night. So we cooked dinner, and Lisa, you helped me cook.
I did.
On my little camping stove, which you guys have seen in my video. So it wasn't that hard.
It wasn't hard, but it was very cramped.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty cramped. It's usually just me here and maybe my kids. So I think that.
But for 8 people,
yeah.
she has a really cute area that she calls the kitchen. But
kitchen.
but it is
a kitchen.
It is a really cute kitchen, and it's cramped. Again, we have 8 people here.
Yeah, we do have a lot.
So
of people.
we do have a lot of people, and trying to cook for 8 people in a small area that's only really made for maybe 1 or 3, maybe 4 people.
Yeah.
It does get really cramped because we have so much food, we have so much going on, we have
Yeah.
so many things cooking. But yeah, it was okay. There wasn't any bugs or anything like that flying around.
Nope. It gets pretty cold. I mean, lately today it's been, or last night and everything, it's been pretty good. So I'll give you an idea on the temperature so you know what Lisa has dealt with. When we got here, it was 62 degrees. And then at night it got down to the low 50s, which is actually the warmest I have seen here in a long time.
We brought our California weather.
Yeah,
It was still pretty cold.
Yeah, so it was in the 50s, and then when we woke up, it was still in the 50s, which again is amazing for me, because I'm like, wow. And then I think right now it's probably, I mean, you're wearing a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm comfortable.
You're comfortable. You know, so it's probably around the high 68 or 70, somewhere around there. So it's pretty nice. You know, it's pretty nice. And you know, she's really lucky. She doesn't realize how cold it gets here. Let's compare Madison's outfit with Quinn's outfit.
No. Not even getting the stuff out.
Who's the mountain girl and who's the California girl? Do you even have long johns underneath that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of cold, we played a movie for the girls last night. Again, I wanted to make it as comfortable as I could for your kids as well.
They had a great time.
Yeah. So we put on a movie for them, and then the adults sat out on the deck, and that was really nice too, just to sit out, and we just chatted a little bit, and you know, you were wearing flip-flops at night.
Yeah, I was wearing flip-flops and I think sweats last night.
Yeah,
I mean,
you were
it wasn't
and
really
sweats.
bad.
So it really wasn't that bad, and I kind of positioned them near kind of the stove. I had the stove going on the whole night, and then like I said before, I pitched up a tent in a different area, so I slept away from the group, and then I left the stove to them to handle. Do you hear? Yeah, Bill doesn't know how to make a fire. You hear that, Bill? Bill's her husband.
No, he knows how to make a fire. He was just so exhausted. He just didn't want. He just stopped getting up and putting in wood.
He's like, I don't want to get
He's
up
like,
anymore.
I don't want to get up anymore.
So I gave each one of them sleeping bags, and my kids were in the tent with them as well. And my kids are pretty used to the weather that's out here. And again, it got down to the low 50s at night. They had, one of your daughters had a 0-degree bag. The other one had like a 10-degree bag. And then you had my 30-degree, and then Bill had, I think, another 30-degree bag, something like that. So it gives you kind of an idea of the kind of gear that they had. Lisa,
The city girl I am.
I didn't know I had to explain to someone how to get in a sleeping bag. She did not get in her sleeping bag. She just laid the sleeping bag over her.
Like a blanket.
So, I just like trying to explain, you got to get in the sleeping bag to be warm. So I came over there, I was like, hey, were you warm last night? She's like, no, it was pretty cold. And I'm like, I don't know, it was cold with the bag that you have, because like that's the bag I sleep in, and I sleep in that bag at like 35, 40 degrees at night. And I was like, well, did you zip it up? And she's like, did you zip it? What did you do?
No, I never zipped. I unzipped it and made it more into a blanket.
She just made it, she never got in the bag
But
like
my head was so cold. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I need my beanie or something. And then I looked over at my husband, and he had it all the way up into his head. And I'm like, wait, there's a hood?
She didn't even know.
So I put a hood on, and then I look over at my daughters, and they're like shivering. And
They don't, I didn't realize I had to teach someone how to put a sleeping bag on.
Well, my husband, he's
So
gone,
like
you know.
mummy bags, if you guys aren't familiar with a mummy bag, you get in the sleeping bag and then you put the hood over and then you zip it up. So really the only thing that's showing is like right here, and you can like move around like a worm. Well, none of them did that. I guess Bill told me that one of his daughters was like this outside of her sleeping bag. And another one, she couldn't figure out how to zip it, but never asked anyone for help, so her sleeping bag was wide open.
Right, and she was wearing like every piece of clothing and her hoodie, and but not the sleeping bag hoodie.
Yeah, so note to self, I need to teach someone how to get in a sleeping bag. You know, I teach wilderness classes to women that are new or brand new to the wilderness and have never had to do that. Now I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be like, just so you guys know, this is how you get in a sleeping bag. You get in the it's not a blanket, it's in the sleeping bag. So maybe if you come up here again, now you're going to know.
We'll get an instruction on how to do a sleeping bag.
Yeah, we'll get an instruction on how to do a sleeping bag. Hopefully I can get a cabin for her too, and I think that'd be a lot of fun for the kids too. And maybe one day I'll have a cabin out here, which would be really nice too. So in the morning, we had breakfast. And how did you like your breakfast?
It was not part of my diet, so I cheated. But it was good. We had pancakes. There were some little mini donuts and mini bites, which my girls eat. We had bacon.
Yep.
I brought some almonds, so I had some almonds, and we had a little Bailey's and coffee. Or
Yep,
Bailey's
I had some
and hot cocoa.
Bailey's and hot cocoa.
It was actually pretty cool.
Oh, you know, I don't remember having Bailey's in the morning, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have Bailey's in the morning. After hearing that story with her sleeping bag and they couldn't get the fire to go again. They couldn't get the fire to get hot again, and you know, you could have called me. I was like, I told him, I said, all you gotta do is say, Tam, get the stove on. I would have got up and lit the stove for them again, you know, give them another couple hours of warmth in there. It does get pretty warm in there, doesn't it? Like, what's your experience?
So when we turned on the fire, it got really toasty. It was probably in the 80s and 90s in the tent. And so we would come outside, it would be pleasant, and then go inside and be like a sauna.
Oh, it would be. But then you got used to it because you're using the sleeping bag as a blanket. So, you're like, oh, this is fine.
So when my girls were watching the movie in the tent, they were sleeping on top of the sleeping bag, and they were just so hot. And then finally, when the fire started dying down, that's when they got into the sleeping bag, supposedly.
Yeah, they didn't get into it.
But I had it over as a blanket. But your bed was actually pretty comfy.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a pretty good bed if you're not familiar with what, you know, the inside of my tent and stuff. And I'll show you. I'll do some clips here, you know. But yeah, it's a very comfortable bed. It's glamping.
It is definitely glamping.
So your number one fear of being here was the bathroom.
The bathroom. The bathroom here is actually a glamping bathroom. So I was very concerned about using a porta potty or having to be forced to use something in the forest.
A shovel.
A shovel. But you know what? It's actually really nice. Super, super clean. You know, it has all the cleaning supplies in there, and you know, it doesn't smell, and it's very well taken care of.
Yeah,
It's nice.
I figured out the porta potty, so I mean I've become the master of the porta potty in these last 2 years. I figured it out, so yeah. I when you told me that was your fear, I knew. I was like, that's not a problem. That's gonna be fine. But we are gonna be heading out here soon. We are going to Wilderness on Wheels. We got our gear on.
Yes.
So we're gonna be like, we have a little table there. If you guys don't know what Wilderness on Wheels is, it is the charity that I feature on my channel a lot. I do talk a lot about it. It offers outdoor world for those that are in a wheelchair, so that they can go on a little, they have like a deck that they can roll their wheelchairs up to 1 mile in length, and it's just really nice people over there. And so we are going to be heading over there. I have a $500 check that I will be giving them because all of my subscribers bought my shirts. And I think it's so cool that you guys did that. So everyone who bought a shirt, thank you. And I'll be doing a video on Wilderness on Wheels. So you guys that's probably gonna be one of the next videos. So stay tuned for that. And I'm really excited that I can give them $500. It's really gonna help them a lot. There's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done, you know, to keep that boardwalk safe for everyone and to just continue their program. And I really like their program. I'll get some more information. Next year I'll be doing another shirt and money donation to them too. If you're interested in some of our shirts, we do change the designs. So every year I'll be changing some designs or adding new designs to it. You would go to spiritforestbear.com. It's linked right below there, and I'm gonna put it right here, spiritforestbear.com, and you can get yourself a Spirit Forest shirt. You can get some bandanas. You can get, there's t-shirts, there's sweatshirts, there's hoodies. There's canteen cups, or not canteen, there's
Water.
yeah, there's water cups and stuff, water bottles and all that. It's a lot of fun stuff on there, so check that out. I want to thank you guys for joining us and coming with us at Spirit Forest. And I hope she comes out again, you know, and brings the kids, because they are not used to the wilderness either. And we got to get them used to the wilderness. It's going to be one of my goals, is to get your daughters used to the wilderness and used to being outside. So I think that it's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to another visit at Spirit Forest. So thank you, Lisa. Bye-bye.
Bye.